Every now and again, something will happen in this world of ours that already happened in a different one. That would be the universe of The Simpsons, the iconic Fox sitcom that some consider the greatest television show of all time. On numerous occasions, we've shouted, "The Simpsons did it," to actual current events. After nearly 30 seasons and over 600 episodes, here are a few times when Simpson fiction became reality. In the episode Bart to the Future, we get a glimpse of a future wherein Lisa is President of the United States. And wouldn't you know, there's a joke about how Lisa's tenure is being hampered by a budget crisis caused by President Trump. At the time, it seemed like a silly and ridiculous notion. We could all have a laugh at the idea of Donald Trump being president. Then, well, he actually got elected. And the joke stopped being so funny.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
We're broke.
The country is broke?
In the episode When You Dish Upon a Star, there's a sign gag that features the 20th Century Fox logo with the words, "A division of Walt Disney Co." slapped right on it. Cut to 20 years later, and the Disney juggernaut has agreed to buy Fox, which just so happens to be the company that produces The Simpsons. Here's hoping that isn't the only pop culture prediction from this episode that comes true. We would love to see Ron Howard direct a movie about a killer robot driving instructor whose best friend is a talking pie.
He's got a heartbreaking decision to make about whether his best friend lives or dies. His best friend's a talking pie.
Here's something that's almost as sad as the Trump prediction coming true. In the world of The Simpsons, they have an analog to Siegfried and Roy called Gunter and Ernst. They've appeared infrequently, but one time Gunter was attacked by their white tiger, Anastasia. It was a harmless joke at the time, but then a decade later, fiction became reality when Roy Horn was attacked by Manticore, the tiger the real-life duo used in their magic act. That is not good for business. Homer Simpson is not the sharpest tool in the shed. He has, however, had brief moments of brilliance. For example, when he became an inventor, he made an impressive scientific discovery 14 years before actual scientists managed to do it. According to Simon Singh, who wrote the book The Simpsons and Their Mathematical Secrets, Homer's prediction for the mass of the Higgs boson particle was only off by 125 giga-electron volts. Apparently, that's quite close, but we're not nuclear physicists, so we'll take Singh's word for it.
Now, here's my everything's okay alarm. This will sound every 3 seconds unless something isn't okay.
Here's a case of The Simpsons making a joke in the present that ended up resonating into the future. Dolph has an Apple Newton, an archaic PDA, that he tries to write Beat Up Martin into. The Newton changes it to Eat Up Martha, much to the chagrin of Springfield's bullies. Apparently, this moment was so impactful to employees at Apple that they frequently referenced it when designing the keyboard for the iPhone. Of course, anybody who's ever cursed the name of autocorrect while texting knows that Apple did not quite achieve their goal.
Hey, Dolph, take a memo on your Newton. Beat up Martin.
Whacking Day is a Springfield tradition where everybody drives snakes into the center of town to club them to death. Homer loves it, Lisa is against it, and in the end, it turns out that the whole thing started as an excuse to beat up the Irish. That wasn't the case in the state of Florida, one hopes. In 2013 and 2016, down in the Everglades, they sanctioned actual snake whacking events in an attempt to curtail the presence of the Burmese python, an invasive species. However, they called it the Florida Python Challenge because apparently they lack the imagination of Springfield down there in the Sunshine State.
Ladies and gentlemen, my unlimited love to y'all. It's truly an honor to be here at this... Hey, what is this all about anyway?
Snakes.
Oh God, no. You people make me sick.
Blinky is one of the more iconic images from the world of The Simpsons. The three-eyed fish was first found in Bart in the episode 2 Cars in Every Garage and 3 Eyes on Every Fish. It strongly intimated the fish was mutated by the nuclear power plant. Life imitated art when a three-eyed fish was found in a reservoir in Argentina in 2011. Yes, the reservoir was being fed water from a nuclear power station. Unlike Blinky, the real three-eyed fish is not a cutesy cartoon, but a terrifying nightmare.
Okay, men. Geiger counter's on.
I suppose that's normal background radiation, the kind you'd find in any well-maintained nuclear facility, or for that matter, playgrounds and hospitals.
Sorry.
It shouldn't be surprising that Lisa, Milhouse, Martin, and Database had a Nobel Prize betting pool. This was in 2010, and Milhouse's prediction for economics was Banked R. Holstrom. The whole storyline was just leading up to a gag about Krusty the Clown winning the Nobel Peace Prize, but there was a shrewd prediction slipped in. In 2016, Holstrom did in fact win the Nobel Prize in economics alongside Oliver Hart. It may have been a few years late, but eventually everything did indeed come up Milhouse.
I'd just like to say, this thing is worth nearly $2 million. How do you like me now, Teen Choice Awards?
The adjoining cities of Springfield and Shelbyville have a long-standing rivalry stemming from the latter's desire to keep cousin marriage legal. This rivalry once led to some kids from Shelbyville stealing Springfield's lemon tree. Perhaps inspired by this episode, some monster stole a lemon tree out of a woman's yard in Houston. Seriously, they ripped it right out of the yard and took off with it. The woman told reporters that the thief must have been stupid because they didn't realize it was too late in the season to replant the tree. Yeah, stupid like a fox.
Give it back, or I will bust in there and take it!
Bust in here and take it? You must be stupider than you look.
Stupider like a fox! I'm okay.
And finally, while Star Trek gets a lot of credit for predicting future technology, The Simpsons holds its own as well. For example, in Lisa's wedding, Marge and her daughter have a video conversation on their picture phone. It's a technology that is strikingly similar to FaceTime. Of course, in that episode, Lisa's fiancé Hugh Parkfield mentions how Britain saved the United States in World War III, so here's hoping that's a prediction from the episode that ends up staying false.
Oh, Hugh! Here's a little bit of U.S. hospitality! What do you think of that?
Now throw compost on it!
Enjoy.
And there you have it, 10 times The Simpsons eerily got a future event right. If you like that, check out our list of the very best Treehouse of Horror episodes, and for all things Simpsons, keep it right here on IGN.
Hey, they're working! My feet are soaked, but my cups are bone dry! Everything's coming up Milhouse!